It was our wedding anniversary, and Roly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. And when two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Roly and I both saw him clear as day. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. It's death knell, in fact. Because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate bechancing, and on your wedding anniversary too. Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without a doubt the accused, Mrs. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired, his wife has to do all the talking. Alright. Alright. Cross-examination time. Hopefully we can get some words out of Mr. Roly Beate. Okay, so let's ask about this. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss Beate? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Roly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down the ground, doesn't it, darling? Well, I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Roly, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. Kindly adhere to the point. You're going for a meal after you have finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir. Yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest. For spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail, without a grumble. Because I know that the quality of my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Miss B puts up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me. I want to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh, Pat. Oh, Roly. I get patrol. Got it. And Beat because he has a beat. Oh, what a charming couple. The young love is such a joy to behold. Up a little over the top, perhaps. And then, kind of describe what happened next. Oh my god, that was only the first statement? Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog, blah blah. Two silhouettes. That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. Those were rather plump-figured, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print, and like Mr. Natsume. Yes, unfortunately it does. I'm certain that at that time there was nobody else nearby. Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there were streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There's nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground. Briar Road is dead straight. You could see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrians. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer please, Mr. Beate. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Yes, sir! As a copper who spends all day, every day, keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. I'm assured as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, Roly. I still maintain there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. I don't have, like, nothing to refute that. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, did it? He felt the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? Okay, one of them just collapsed on the floor, then the others scattered. Yes. Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? What? Ah, yes, that's right. It was some old books. I see. Old books. Yes, sir. The culprit dropped a number of them around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. But we saw him. It was the man in the dock without question, sir. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose, everything. Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right, he looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books onto the pavement and ran away. I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here. May I remind the court this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please, continue. Yes, sir! Seriously, try and say wait for it, please. Went straight over, of course, and then went for help. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? I can't keep a consistent voice for her. It doesn't matter, though. What? Oh, yes, I thought that's right. I asked Miss Beate to go. I was off duty by that point. But a ball was never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. Beate. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance. That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on crime location, you see, as to who deals with it. Well, the woman who was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the incident fell under so she could go and report it. I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know. And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens. Oh, please, you're making us blush, isn't he, darling? Yes, sir. What Patricia said, sir. Let's move on, shall we? As clear as day, even though it was like foggy out. But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know. Right. The light from the street lamps is more than enough. My husband already told you the fog was only light, didn't he? Ah, yes, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to deal with it, of course. Oh, it is, it is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain there was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling? What? Oh, yes. It was the accused and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, taut mouth, the snub... Unmistakable, sir! As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So now what? So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beate saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? So the jury should have called for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no, then what do we do? The Cosmo-sama were here? What are you trying to say? I think you would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean, somewhere else? The statement about Miss Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you can identify some other part of the testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Oh, right. Put simply, we must focus on finding discrepancy in these statements somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so... Oh! Hello now. Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Oh, yes, of course, what is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it. What? No. Oh, no, it's really not that at all. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I can tell you the names of every single one I could. Every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is. That will do, Mrs. Beate. No, it won't do at all. That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Roly will. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please, put your husband's fists down. Perhaps you two would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Miss Beate? Might that appease you? If you want to. Well, I mean, always we want you to. Putting it, darling. Excuse me. I mean, if you want to tell us about the books. The 4 books. I'm sorry.
Objection.
There's 3 books here. So you're saying that there were 4 books. There are 4 lights. Weird of me to make a Star Trek reference when I don't watch Star Trek. That's right, I remember all of them. But your Monsignor... Monsieur somebody. What's it yearnings? A meal for someone and the thingummy something. Yeah, clearly you don't remember, but also... I'm sorry, Miss Beate. But there's a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Oh no, what? What flaw? Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4. What? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see, there are only 3 books. But no, that can't be. I saw them. Oh, I know what it is. Yes, you can't fool me. Sorry? It's that big old lump of a dead body. That lady's so large, her corpse is blocking the view of the 4th book, that's all. Let's at least try to remember that the poor woman isn't dead, even if we're insulting her size. No, I'm sorry, Miss Beate. But Mr. Natsume could not possibly have dropped the 4 books you describe. Why not? Fascinating. And from your assured tone, something you can readily substantiate with evidence, I presume. Ah, evidence. Yeah, I got that. Alright. Simple, he only checked out 3. The evidence is right here, in the form of this bookshop receipt. From your books. Yes, this receipt details Miss Natsume's purchases that day, but as you can see, only 3 books are listed. No! Therefore, Mr. Natsume would have only dropped 3 books at the scene of the crime. Which means that your powers of observation, madam, cannot be relied upon. Ugh. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I was not gonna shout that out. Excuse me. It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running away from the scene. A fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. Ah. So you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? Ugh. He sees right through me. But your plan is somewhat recorded against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife, and her entirely accurate testimony, in every respect. Oh. You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found. Objection. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? You mean to say... Oh. Allow me to present another. One that shows the victim's hand. I don't believe it. It's the 4th book. As you observe. The 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. Well... There, you see? You see? Look at that! Look! Yes. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling? Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Let us study for the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Miss Beate, the titles once again, if you please. Yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq. What's it, yearnings? Canterbury yearnings. A meal for someone. A meal for... I wouldn't even know how to say that, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the books flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Miss Beate's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. Did you hear that, Roly? The gentleman paid me a compliment. Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia's flawless. But, there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Miss Beate mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was clearly found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book? I wonder what became of that 4th book. Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers of Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. You will submit that in the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel. My pleasure, my lord. Alright. We can have a look at that book, then. The prosecution rests. Cool. Let me have a look at that book. Oh, wow. What happened here? Oh, look at this. The book has been badly burnt. Why is that the case? Remember that for later. I'm sure that will be relevant. You're right, you'd never be able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book. Recently damaged by fire? Why does it seem to raise a red flag with me? Yeah, with me too. Yeah, I'm thinking of something. I ain't gonna say what it is. But I'm sure it's gonna come up. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accuser's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting a witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I? You see, everything we said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. Excuse me. So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponi's travesty? Or is the decision you have found to make... Excuse me. Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course. Miss Naruhodo, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? Well, there's an objection, obviously.
Objection!
I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend, it's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van Zieks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this. Oh. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo? One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madam. Go ahead, Mrs. Zato, please. Very well. Pray, what insights can you give us? Whatever we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further. Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. Nope. Okay. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mrs. Zato. This is it. Cesaro has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. Alright. Present evidence. I think I can already guess what it's going to be. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers some profound insight to this case and has hitherto been overlooked.
Take that!
The book. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afford you this opportunity, you have the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Alright. Yeah, well, I already examined it, so I need to be on the right track, and I am. It's already come up, apparently. Well, it's already about to come up. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and say what it is. The vital clue for the book. It's this burn mark. I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what was clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponi's friend? Oh. Right to concede the point. If it bears no relation in the case, there is nothing to discuss. So should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day, pray do enlighten us all. What truth did this charred book hide? A charred book. There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What do you suggest that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? Its owner. I think I know where this book comes from. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon? But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor after all. It's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand is yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how can you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may very well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? You. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garrett. The landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know. But of all the people in London, one that sits chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Miss Garrett herself. Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrett's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright, then how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrett's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
Objection!
This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's house. Good lord, what sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. Oh. Damn it, what was his voice? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. Book called The Lion's Pride, holy shit! Can we ask the book? The Lion's Pride? By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Oh, dear me!
Objection!
This is risible. Risible? Risible? I don't know. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Miss Garrett was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrett even amid the flames. Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can't you, Roly? Absolutely not, sir! My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. I had all my favorite novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. And then wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary butts coming 10 to the dozen. The man had his back up against the window, and he had burning butts thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very same evening of the incident, and there was no report of the garret's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrett household. But is it not conceivable that this window was open at the time and not even remotely? Let's not forget the season, the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrett's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. Oh, I just noticed those scars are connected. Oh, she mad. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Came with our little tiff and set the whole neighborhood alight, honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? There's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upsetting citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Too right. Here we go. How long have we sat here now, listening to this Nippon expound his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could have possibly stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with a mustache, and he ran away from the scene too. And I do declare you right. That's true. Yes, what did I tell you? It says to me. Sorry? What's that? Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeets? In truth, my lord, I fear these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... Oh, out comes the leg. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? Ahem. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defense's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty.
Well,
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty!
well, great. Here we are again. Looks like we gotta do another submission examination. Which, I'm gonna say for next time, because I've been recording for about 2 hours at this point. Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. Mr. Naruto, don't give up. Mr. Zato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting. Of course, the defense has the right to another submission examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense has to exercise its right to a submission examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Oh, hey. Good. Oh, you know what? Good time for me to stop the recording then. We're on a to be continued. Sweet. Alright. Well, in the next part of the game, we will do the second submission examination. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.